Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I wanted to talk about a very hot topic right now in the boxing world, because it was reported recently that two notable fighters, two fighters who are in their primes, uh, one in Errol Spence and two in Mikey Garcia, both of these guys turned down fights with Miguel Cotto. This pretty much a lot of people ask the question, did these guys duck Miguel Cotto? Which is a funny question to ask because both these guys are super young. Miguel Cotto's on in the latter stages of his career. He's going to retire after his next fight. So it is an interesting question to ask, but I feel it's a valid one to ask if they're turning down fights. Now, we'll start with Errol Spence. Errol Spence, he's a guy, he's with Al Haymon. He's locked in with Al Haymon. He is a PBC fighter, through and through, PBC fighter. Locked in with Al Haymon. And he's someone that, in the past, Oscar De La Hoya has expressed a huge interest in one-day promoting. So you have that going for him. You have that going as a reason why the fight won't happen, because Oscar and Al Haymon don't work together. So there's that factor. There's the network factor with Cotto being an HBO fighter, or Errol being a guy who fights on Showtime, a guy who fights on PBC. So there's that, and then you have just all that, man, and so and not even just that. He's a big, strong fighter. He's a big 147 pounder, really a natural 154 pounder. Someone that is young, dangerous, in his prime. There really is no reason for Cotto to fight him. Cotto's reached that part of his career where, okay, you don't want to condone cherry picking, but if you were going to condone cherry picking, the guy has proven himself in the sport. He really has improved. So if he wants to cherry pick and fight a guy who's a fringe welterweight in Sadam Ali and bring him up to 154, and the money's right, he can do that. Then he can do that. So that it is what it is there. So Errol Spence, I don't think Miguel Cotto, because there's just too many things working against that fight. Network, Haymon, De La Hoya, and the fact that Errol is just too much of a nightmare match for this point at Miguel Cotto's career. So and he's looking to go the safer route. Now, where things get interesting is with Mikey Garcia, because Mikey Garcia, he's entrenched with Al Haymon as Errol Spence is. He's not a PBC through and through fighter. He's more of a free agent. He's expressed himself that he is a free agent, that he can go fight on whichever network he pleases. So with that being said, he has more leeway to go, do whatever he wants. And, he turned this down. He stated that, the deal was good. But, what happened was De La Hoya, who promotes Cotto now because Cotto left Rock Nation, what was reported was that Oscar De La Hoya, not only did he just offer Mikey Garcia a Miguel Cotto fight, but he also offered him a multi-million-dollar multi-fight deal to sign with Golden Boy Promotions, and Mikey Garcia turned it down. Now, I don't know. To me, if you were going to say a guy was ducking, then I would be led to say that Mikey Garcia could be ducking Cotto, because not only are you getting the Cotto fight, you're getting a multi-million-dollar deal in the process. And not only that, Golden Boy Promotions has a history of, promoting fighters pretty well. And with that being said, they have a guy in Mikey Garcia who's very marketable, who's a very talented fighter, and on top of that, he's Mexican. He's a Mexican fighter signing on Golden Boy Promotions. They would have promoted the living hell out of him. And from a business standpoint, from a surely business standpoint, I think, in my opinion, Mikey Garcia dropped the ball on that one. He's a very talented fighter who has some good quality ones on his resume, at most recently Adrian Broner, but he still has left a lot to be desired, with all the inactivity he's had. And I think a fight against Miguel Cotto at 154, obviously it's not his optimal performing weight, and it's a fight that maybe he'd probably get smashed out in that fight. So maybe it was smart for him not to take that fight, because it's not somewhere he's accustomed to fighting. It's not somewhere he'd be comfortable fighting, and he'd probably lose that fight. To be honest with you, he probably will lose that fight. But it's still, even if you were to lose that fight, it's still a big fight against Cotto. You have the whole Mexico versus Puerto Rico dynamic. You also have the fact that you have guys like Jorge Linares at the weight class, and it makes that fight a lot easier to get. So I don't know. From a business standpoint, Mikey Garcia should have taken that offer, in my opinion, just for the simple fact that you're getting a big Cotto fight, and you have Linares in the weight class, and De La Hoya will look out for Mikey Garcia. He's the type of fighter that he would look out for, much like he's doing with Canelo. My thing is like Mikey Garcia, and this is not me trying to hate on him, but this is just what I've seen from his personality, and from what I've also heard, people who know him and see how he trains and just how he is and stuff. Mikey Garcia doesn't strike me as a guy who like loves boxing or like thoroughly enjoys it. He seems like something he's just good at, and he just wants the biggest payday possible, which is fine. That's that's what everybody's in there for. But he's not really necessarily in it for the glory as much as he is for the money, which is fine. But he doesn't seem like someone who loves boxing, and he doesn't seem like someone that I don't know. He seems like he doesn't sound like someone who wants to go to the Hall of Fame. Because the reason I'm bringing this up is because De La Hoya was talking about how fighters need promoters to guide their careers and know what next move to make. And you see guys like Eddie Hearn taking care of Anthony Joshua. Like he used that as an example, and he was talking about guiding fighters to make them have successful careers so they can get paid and they can be big superstars and they can one day go to the Hall of Fame. Mikey Garcia doesn't strike me as a guy who cares about going to the Hall of Fame. He just wants to get his money. So maybe the money made sense for him, but the situation didn't. I mean, and that's what he said too. He was like, "Why can't I just get the Cotto fight? Why does it have to be just the Cotto fight in a multi-fight deal? Why can't it just be the Cotto fight?" So, there's negotiating that could be done. But if you were going to say someone was ducking someone, which is crazy because they fight in different weight classes. So I don't even want to say that Mikey Garcia is ducking them because it's just weird. I don't like saying that guys in other weight classes are ducking other guys. It's stupid to me. But yeah, man. I mean, he turned down the offer. I think he kind of dropped the ball on that one. Maybe they could have negotiated and come to a compromise. But I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Do you think Mikey Garcia or Errol Spence ducked Miguel Cotto? I don't see Spence ducking Cotto. Garcia, on the other hand, different story because of the money that was being thrown at him. If you're looking for a big fight in boxing, sometimes it doesn't come under ideal conditions. And maybe he's going to play the waiting game. Maybe he's going to play the waiting game, and he knows something that all of us don't. That's very possible. Maybe that Al Heyman has said that, hey, this is going to happen, and you're going to get this fight, but keep that under wraps. You never know. It's very possible. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from dating it. So until next time, take care, guys.
Hey, yo.